You know what this is, don't you? It's my Yamaha XT600 Tenere 1988, proper old school thing this. Massive tank, reliable as hell, air cooled. It really is as tough as woodpecker lips. It's the duck's nuts, lads. And in this video, we're going to take a look at what I'm planning to do with it. What parts are going on, what parts are coming off, what ideas I've got in my head. Basically, what direction is this thing heading in? By the way, if you've got any suggestions along the way, stick them in the comments. I do read them all. Right then, boys and girls. So the aim with this is to make it look and perform better. The plan is everyday use with a bit more punch, or as the French would say, ça a plus de patate, which translates to with more potato. I completely butchered that. If there's any French watching, I do apologise. Well, actually, why in school in the UK do they teach us to speak French with an accent rather than just saying, hello, bonjour, je m'appelle Marc, je t'aime motorbikes? You have to say, bonjour, je m'appelle Marc, je t'aime motorbikes. In France, they don't teach the French to speak English with an English accent. It's not like, hello, my name is Claude and I would like a sandwich. I'm just trying to make a point. If they could just sort out that, I don't understand. Okay, we're going off piste. Let's get back with the motorbike. Right, before we start, have some water. Actually, whilst we're here, take a look at this amazing scenery. So I live here in the Cotswolds, and 10 minutes that way you've got Clarkson's Place, 10 minutes that way you've got Childbury, then a bit further you've got Woodstock, which is where I live. And this is where they film the Diddley Squat Farm. What's Clarkson's farm called? Oh, Clarkson's farm. Anyway, yeah, he lives here. This is literally his land. This is what he's been farming on. So I feel pretty privileged to live here. And they've been filming here for years for Top Gear and the Grand Tour. So you may recognise it. Very cool place to live. Parts. Right. Parts. Now I've printed a load of this stuff off so I can just walk you through it all. Right, first job, MOT and service the hell out of this bike, because before I start bolting any shiny bits on, I need to make sure that she's all good inside. So first things first, get a proper MOT. It's been sat in a garage for well over a year and it hasn't run. So yeah, need to have a look at that. For all I know, this thing could be all sizzle and no steak, and I want it to be ripping off like a 90s bride. That doesn't make sense. Like a bride's nightie. I'm not sure if I can say that. I know I'll be cancelled within 1 year. So I want it running well. No messing about. Let's just get everything tired and worn replaced. New chains, fluids, filters, all that usual stuff. Just giving it a proper spruce up. Okay, let's start with the front, working our way to the back. First up, the fork gaiters. They could probably be replaced, if I'm honest. Now, I kind of like the XTs, which have the yellow gaiters. This one's got blue. If you want me to put yellow, let me know in the comments. I'll put yellow. If you want me to put blue, I'll put blue. Whatever, they need replacing. Speedo cover, that is cracked. That needs replacing. So what we're looking at, fork gaiters, 15 quid, Speedo cover, around 80 quid I've found on eBay. Next, we're gonna go to the disc brake cover. I've got one in yellow currently. I don't really like it. I think I wanna change that to blue. Cost 30 quid. Turn signals, full set, the smaller the better. Obviously I'm going to be dropping this thing, so I don't really want to go that expensive, so I'm budgeting around 100 quid front and back. That might seem a lot. I think that's pretty reasonable. My last bike, it cost me £500 for the set. Levers, I'm thinking Flow Sports or ASV, not cheap. Short unbreakable ones maybe cost around 150 quid or maybe more. Bit posh, but worth it. Bars, these are dreadful. I don't like the look of them. They're too low. So yeah, gonna put some, God, it's so cold. Gonna put some risers on here, lift it up a bit. I'm thinking pro table or rental. Lift it up, a nice high bend is what I personally prefer, and flat. Ideally find it off eBay, 50 quid or so. Ugh, flapping around here. Whilst we're on the topic of rental, new grips, 15 quid. I really like rental grips. Okay, next is, headlight grille. Right, at the front, I've seen some really cool XTs, especially the Dakar variations and replicas, which have a headlight grille. And I found a website called Kedo, K-E-D-O, and they do a really nice one for about 50 euros. So what we're talking, 40 pounds. Better handguards. These are the stock Yami ones. They're not going to do anything if you come off really. Yeah, they're going to protect you against roost, but I think we need some actual metal handguards there. So Bark Busters or Zeta could be a good choice. What we're looking at for price, about 70 quid, I reckon, for the set. And finally, a proper set of knobblies. I will do some alteration to this front mudguard, get rid of this naff old black bit. So it's just going to be a shorter mudguard, but I'm still going to keep it low. I actually prefer the look of it low rather than up high. It's just a matter of preference, so yeah. So what are we looking at cost-wise? For the front end, we're looking at around £500, give or take, just to make this thing look and ride better. Okay, midsection upgrade. Why am I doing this outside? It's like -5 and windy. The midsection, so first things first, the seat cover. I have no idea how much that's going to cost. Let's say between £200 and £300. I've seen some really cool XT 600s, 500s with the suede top. I can't remember the name of the company, but I'm going to try and screenshot and put a photo up here or here, whichever looks best. New plastics, I think these are just a little bit worn. I'm actually fine with the tank looking scratched and worn, and it looks like it's got stories. I like that. Whereas the panels, I think we can just get rid of these, get a brand new set of decals. So decals, we're looking at about 110 for a full set of the entire bike for a Dakar replica. And then the decal, what's it called? These things, plastics, we're looking at about £90. So £200 for everything. Head pipe, OEM is black. I actually prefer it in a stainless steel, and the Dakar bikes had it in a stainless steel. It looks really good, so I'm gonna do that. And price-wise, £110, it's so cheap. And I'll come on to the exhaust later, but that's not going to break the bank either. Engine bars, Hepco, £274. They're going to go here. It's a lot of money, but as I said before, I'm going to drop this bike a ton, so I just think that's actually necessary. And the great thing about engine bars is then you can mount some highway pegs, and that might be quite comfortable. It's already a very comfortable bike, but yeah, some highway pegs would be pretty nice on this bike. Next, foot pegs. These are bloody awful. Look at the size of them. It's like the size of a rubber. Its stock are just dreadful. The brake is so the rear brake is so close to the foot peg that I keep on riding the rear all the time. I do need to swap them out. I need new foot pegs. Flow, again, do some really nice one and are a bit lower for a tall rider like me. So that might be the way to go. So what we're looking at cost-wise, 150 if we're going to get flow for the foot pegs, and then for the controls, let's just call it 200 quid for controls and foot pegs. Quite steep. Centre stand. This bike does not come with a centre stand. It didn't need to. But for where I'm going, what I'm planning to do with the bike, I think it would be a good idea to get one. So 100 quid. Skid plate. I've seen a really cool black wide one for £177. So I think I'm going to get that. Okay, midsection, we're looking at about £1,400 as a guesstimate. So yeah, a bit more expensive. Can't turn the page. My hands are so cold. Okay. The rear. Arrow exhaust, 230 quid. Bargain. Considering my previous exhaust on the Pan America cost me £1,500 for the can and the headers, I'd say £340 for the head pipe and the can isn't a bad price for this. I know they're non-comparable, but yeah, I'm happy with that. Luggage rack. It's probably the first time I've wanted to keep a luggage rack on because I don't like it aesthetically, but the luggage rack on a Super Tenere, the 1995 model, that sits really flush and looks really cool. So I'm going to look into getting that and just seeing if it fits. If it does, call it 60 quid. Saddlebag racks. Do we need them? Yeah. To be honest, I don't think you do, but it could come in handy. So I think I might, and they cost £175. Look, if I'm not going to use the saddlebags, it would be a really good place to attach petrol canisters. So that might be a good idea, actually. Because there is no knowing if this thing is near empty because the fuel gauge doesn't work. Oh, sorry, it doesn't have one. And also, there's no fuel warning light. So you just have to do the old Steve McQueen shake to see if there's any petrol. So carrying petrol on this bike is an absolute necessity. 5 litres will do it, strapped to the back or on the sides. Okay, and finally, the tail tidy. This is where I'm going to be contradicting myself a bit because in the previous video, I said, now everything I've just mentioned is soft furnishings, like the levers, the handlebars. Like, I'm keeping all the parts, you can put it back to stock if you really want to. When you start messing with the structure of the bike and chopping the rear, that is actually, messing with the structure and essentially the aesthetics. I know it will look good because tail tidies always look good. And the tail on this is enormous. I don't think it needs to come out to there. It could be chopped here and then you could just have a replaceable luggage rack. To me, that makes sense, but let's just see. I'm not going to do any fabrication, anything like that. I'm just going to keep it as it is. I'm not going to do any cutting. I'm just simply going to do unscrew, bolt on, you know, just keep it simple. I hope I'm not in the way. I'm literally parked on the side of the road. So for the rear, we're looking at about 465, maybe 500. So the all-important bit, total cost, front, mid, back. We're looking at roughly 2.3 to 2.4 thousand pounds. That is a rough guess. It is a guesstimate. It might be more. Knowing me, it probably will be more. Oh, I almost forgot the Dakar curveball. Now, I was doing some research online and I found an original Dakar fairing for the XT and it looks bonkers. That would look incredible and it would completely change the direction of where I'm going with this build. It is 800 euros. Do I spend 800 euros on a front fairing? I could be persuaded because if we go in that route, we're talking full Dakar build replica, and that takes this bike in a completely different direction. But I'm just going to put a photo up. It looks bonkers, doesn't it? So it could be done. Now, those fairings don't come about very often, so I might just buy it just to hold on to it because it's an asset. I don't think I'm going to lose any money on that, so I might just buy it. Anyway, if we go down this route, we're not talking too grand anymore because we're looking at the fairing, we're looking at competition, forks, everything's going to get a proper upgrade. That's going to cost a lot of money. So this brings me on to my question to you. What do you want me to do? Do we go full Dakar build or do we just tighten this thing up, make it look a little bit better and perform better, but keep it to its original roots? Put it down in the comments below. Genuinely want to hear your thoughts on this. If I'm missing anything, by the way, if you have any suggestions, like I said before, stick it in the comments, let me know. Obviously, this is a classic bike, so finding parts is a little bit different to going about just finding normal parts for a bike. So if you have any contacts, let me know. Send me a message. Marky Likes Bikes on Instagram is the best place to get me. Also, quite a few of you have been asking about me, what's my story, which is funny because I'm not that interesting. But if you want to do a Q&A, I'd be well up for it. Just put in the comments below, ask me any question at all, obviously within reason, don't be a tart. But yeah, happy to do that if you lot find that interesting. I'm up for it. Right, time to call it a day. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit subscribe if you fancy it. I'd quite like to do this full time one day. And as always, ride safe. Before I do that, shall we see if she starts? No. Oh no. Oh, come on. Oh. I tell you what, it's a good job I brought my jump pack with me. This was foreseen. Right, let me go and get it. Righto. Now this is called a repo or a repro. I bought it on Amazon for like 25 quid. I don't know what it's called. I'm not sponsored by it or anything for that matter. So what we do is we just take this off. Why am I showing you all how to jump start a bike? You've probably done this a million times. But let's just see how easy it is. Stick that there, and she goes. Now I've done this so many times, I think we've only got 2 more shocks before it needs recharging. I should probably have thought about that before I decided to ride out. Oh, God. Turn the ignition. Fire her up. It's easy when you do this without gloves. Lovely! Digga, 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 digga. Bad news, I am stranded again. The battery pack has now run out of juice and the bike won't start. It's completely dead, so I've had to call my dad again. Didn't catch that on camera. But he's just sent me a message. Sooty forgot charger. I'm assuming he means sorry. Forgot charger. So I've been waiting about 20 minutes and we live 5 minutes down the road, so he's probably just finishing his puzzle, his crossword or whatever, and he's made his way over and he's forgotten the charger. Now he's on his way back.
Live location. My live location is tapped now.
Right.
2 lane. Somebody with their dog. Thank you.
Yeah, a barn on your left.
Right.
Oh, that's not good.
Nothing wrong far.
Oh, here you go. There you are. Job done. Well done. Jolly good. Well, let's see if this works.